Hi everyone, here is my February mini for the Tradewind Scrappers over at Life on the Scrap Beach. My partner was Michelle from New York, and I wanted to show you my mini. It's a 6x6 mini, and I used all materials I already had, so I couldn't tell you what collection this is from. I bought this paper a long time ago from HSN, so I have no idea what it is. But it's very glittery, so it's very pretty. For the cover, I used some cake board that you can get at the craft store in the baking section to hold cakes. I came into a lot of that, so I just cut it down and used it. And for my pages, I used some shirt board, which is like a thinner chipboard, but once you get your paper on, it's very thick and sturdy. So for my cover, I trimmed it out in lace, and the whole album is very vintage because I just love vintage, and Michelle said she doesn't have much vintage, so I wanted to give her something. I took a hoop for your finished cross-stitch pieces, and I made it into a frame with some little charms, little glass beads, and I put a picture of a vintage woman here, and I belong to a Flickr ephemera pool where I get lots of images for free. Well, matter of fact, all of them are for free as long as you respect the poster limitations if they have any, but everybody's very generous on there. You can use them pretty much for anything. So I put silk flowers around, and I glimmer misted a silk flower and put a pearl brad in the center, added leaves and more lace and ribbon. I did a simple lace tie closure to get it open, and so it opens like this. And so, as you all know, the theme of the swap was loves of my life, and so Michelle told me all about the loves in her life, so this one is for all the loves in her life. And the cover, I put a silk flower with a vintage image of a woman. Let me zoom up a little bit here. And I took some fabric scraps that I had and adhered those with my corner punch and made some corner photo holders and added in a vintage woman for the cover. The first page says love, and it's an envelope pocket that opens up, and there's a couple tags in there, some journaling spots, and of course I glimmer misted the envelope and everything that goes in it with some vintage little cutouts and stamps. The second page, this is a very sentimental mini because she gave me a lot of information about her family. The second page has a fabric ribbon that I cut into a trim size. Cut that down, and it says father. And this opens up. She can add a picture and some journaling about her dad. And I embossed some flourishes and added some bling to it. The coordinating page to that portion has another glimmer misted envelope trimmed out the same way, vintage woman, and some more tags. And this side says love you, and of course she can put another picture of her dad there, as well as here I cut out this frame with my Cricut, and she can add another picture there with some flourishes. And the next page, she has two nephews that she just adores. So the next page, I added two tags that she can add a photo to the front, and then she can journal in the back. And I added lace and some stickers to those. I did a corner pocket here, kept it kind of plain, but added a sticker and stamped nephews there. And the next page has another vintage woman. Most of my pages have a vintage woman or a vintage couple. another 2 tags for another 2 photos of her nephews, more journaling. Here I took another corner pocket and added a lace doily with a fleur-de-lis that I cut out with my Cricut, prima flower and a lace button. And this is one of my favorite pages. This is dedicated to her mother. I trimmed that out with some more lace. Can you tell I like lace? And I added some fabric strips coordinating, and I stamped mother on here and added that with a prima flower. More lace. This opens up, and it's lime green inside, which coordinates, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. I stamped some flourishes, and it's like a little book. She can fill out more information about her mama if she wants. And this page, I had this roll of, I don't know what it's called, but you use it in the floral section when you go to make flower arrangements. So I trimmed off a piece of that, and I made a little pocket out of it. So these 2 tags slide in and out of it. And of course there's room for journaling on the back. And it has the vintage photo that I just glue dotted. This is on the back of an envelope. So that's another little area she'll have. And this page is very, very, very special and very sentimental. This is dedicated to her mother, who passed away from lymphoma. And I wanted to do a very special page in memory of her mother. So I added some prima flowers, and I stamped mother. I had another fabric strip here. And this opens up. And of course it has more vintage looking tags. She can journal about her mom. She can add a photo here. I added a charm here, a little silver charm, attached with some embroidery floss. And here, this page is very special. It's dedicated to her mother, and it has a lime green ribbon here with a silk flower and a fabric cutout that I cut out. And this journaling spot opens up to a little saying. She can add more pictures of her mom here. And it has a little saying. Let me turn it around so I can read it. And it talks about this lime green ribbon here. And it says, the lime green ribbon. The lime green ribbon you see on the front of this photo and journaling spot has special significance. The lime green ribbon is the ribbon that was chosen to represent, the lime green ribbon is the ribbon that was chosen to represent and raise awareness for those who continue to fight, as well as to remember those who have lost their battle with lymphoma. Her mother passed away from lymphoma. I know that your mother must have fought this terrible disease with all her might, and I'm sure you miss her much. I hope this page dedicated to her will remind you of her strength, bravery, and most of all, her love for you. And so I think she'll find that very special every time she looks at that lime green ribbon. Which is something I didn't know, that there's all different color ribbons to represent awareness for all different cancers, like the pink ribbon for breast cancer. So the lime green ribbon represents lymphoma. Okay. And the next page, Michelle teaches special education children, who she just loves to death. She loves her students, and I'm sure she's a great teacher. So I added a cutout of that same vintage paper and a vintage woman. I'm going to make it quick. I'm almost out of time here. And that she can put a journaling spot to tell all about her students. There's tags, lots of tags that she can put some of her special students' moments. I'm sure she has ones that, lots of stories to tell about her kids. And here's a little pocket if she wants to add extra photos until she decides to fill them out. And here's a little sided, some ribbon here, a little chipboard charm. And here's some space for a class photo. She can add a photo of her class. And the last page is for her sister, who she loves dearly. And this little tag comes out. I just ripped it. Oh, well, I'll fix that. I've got tons of extras. But there she can journal. I can't believe I ripped that. And here is the last page, and it says, since we're talking about loves of her life, it says, I wish you love with a vintage woman. So that's Michelle's vintage mini here. And I also made her an extra tag, chipboard tag, with some of my specially made vintage hat pins that I make. And so I hope she'll love that as well. It's made out of chipboard with all of the coordinating things. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.